proponent talks about how life imprisonment won't do anything good for the person in prison, but having them be executed won't do anything either. He keeps saying how the death penalty, DNA testing is very effective, although I can't say that it isn't effective. Richard C. Dieter, Executive Director of the Death Penalty Information Center, says that this is, shouldn't DNA testing ensure that only the guilty are being convicted and sentenced to death? This is not the case because most murders do not involve the exchange of bodily materials containing DNA evidence. Performance of pretrial DNA testing is not always a reliable source of forensic information. If evidence is contaminated, if the police are not skilled, if the police lab is unqualified to give reliable results, then evidence presented becomes a source of misinformation leading to the mistake of executing innocent people. He also says that crime rates in states with the death penalty are lower than the crime rates in states without it. That's not true, because according to Amnesty USA organization's information, murder rates in non-death penalty states have always been lower than murder rates in death penalty states since 1990. And having the death penalty costs way too much money. In California, two former death penalty proponents, a prosecutor who drafted the 1978 ballot initiative that expanded the state's death penalty and a leading supporter of the 1978 law, are now championing a new ballot measure to repeal that penalty. They point to a study showing that since 1978, California has spent roughly $4 billion on the death penalty to carry out 13 executions. He says that DNA testing is very reliable, but there's a case with a man named Richard Miller in Texas where the prosecutors in Texas won't allow him to get the DNA test, which costs $550, to prove his innocence.